Hello, children of a lesser joint, and welcome to today's episode. Last time I left off talking about acne. Just to remind you, the way I got to acne, I was talking about sarcoidosis. Sarcoidosis is part of a granulomatous family, and I picked on the candidate organism called P. acne, and I was able to develop a little lecture on a subtype of sarcoidosis called SAPO. SAPO is in an acronym where the S stands for synovitis, the A stands for acne, the P stands for pustules, the H stands for hyperostosis, which is excess bone, and the O stands for osteitis, which is bone inflammation and pain. I have a lofty goal in mind for you today, and what I'd like to show you today is how I'm casting a wide net in being able to create a rule-out list for my differential diagnosis. Of course, if I go back to the other slide, and I don't know that acne can be a part of a TMD problem or other symptoms, I don't get to be able to incorporate that into my rule-out list to create my differential diagnosis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take P. acne away from SAPO now, and I'm going to go back just to P. acne. What diseases is it associated with? What can I do with this? Because the goal for me is to try and help a patient by finding out everything that's wrong with them. So I'm going to go forward, and I did a literary research, and just to show you quickly, I'm not going to go through the entire research library that I reviewed, but I found that P. acne was associated with lower back herniated discs, and they actually found the organisms upon biopsy and culture or deep sequencing type techniques where they were looking for the footprint of P. acne. And we also found literature that associated it with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and shoulder arthritis, just to keep me honest and show you where I got the citations from. And so now I'm going to expand on this, because what I'm doing is I'm really taking an organism, I'm taking the diseases associated with it, and then what I'm doing is I'm taking other diseases that I know to be tangential to the ones that I'm finding. And so this way I can extrapolate beyond what I know. So I'm taking one thing and I'm growing it. Very simple. So now I'm going to play with it just a little bit and show you what I can do with this disease. Now, if you'll notice up on top, I have P. acne over here, and to the left of it, I have the grouping that forms some of the cancers. To the right of it, I have sarcoidosis. So this can go in both directions. And then from there, what I can do is I can talk about where P. acne has been found and place it into context. So I know it's been found in the dental literature and a literature on other joint failures, so I put TJR failure. I can put down lower back pain, shoulder arthritis. I can develop my Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, and I can move it into the acne group with SAPO. And then from there, what I can do is I can go ahead and let's take the Crohn's disease group, for example, and I can go ahead with the Crohn's disease group and I can play with HLA-B27, which also goes along with an organism called Klebsiella. and I can put HLA-B27 within the context of ankylosing spondylitis, but also Crohn's disease, and I can push it into reactive arthritis, and that's able to help me even more, because now I can go into my sexually transmitted diseases like chlamydia, or I can go into food poisoning. I can also have a little outgrowth over here with the lower back pain, put Crohn's disease and that category into the GI tract. I can also branch out into psoriatic arthritis, which I know it's affiliated with, and talk about skin or the cutaneous manifestations. And just to keep me honest again, just to show how far-reaching this is, P. acne has been found in root canal systems associated with the endodontic literature, for those of you who are root canal specialists in the group. Or I can just simply take the articles that are at the bottom of the slide over here and talk about how they've found it in temporomandibular joint with prosthetic joint infections, or just as an opportunistic organism associated with other diseases. So this is a good place for us to let off today. My goal for you was to see how I cast that wide net. Next time I'll be talking more directly about sarcoidosis and the symptoms associated with sarcoidosis, so you can be able to utilize that as part of your differential diagnosis and trying to separate it out from other similar diseases. So here's a goodbye. I hope to see you again, or at least speak to you again at the next episode, when I'll be rocking it out with Joint Talk. Thank you.